What's up YouTube? This is your boy Mastache from Mastache.chestudioz, and today we're going to do a side-by-side comparison between dynamics, ribbons, and condenser microphones. We're going to take a look inside of how each one is composed of and do a sound comparison between the three. So hopefully you stick around and enjoy the video. Thanks.
Welcome engineers.
Alright, so today I'm going to talk about three different types of mics that are mostly used around studios and around broadcasting, radio casting, podcasting, even YouTube channels, and a lot of devices that bring those types of microphones in them. So with the first mic I'm going to talk about is the dynamic mics. Dynamic mics are found in a wide range of equipment such as cameras, webcams, studios, practically everywhere, live shows. 9 times out of 10 you will find dynamic mics used on vocals on live shows, which the reason why is because the pattern it picks up is always going to pick up in front of the person that the mic head is pointing to. So the surrounding sound is going to get eliminated while the front of the mic is going to get picked up. Now here I have a dynamic mic. This is an Audio-Technica MB5K. These mics are used mainly in drum kits. As you can see the size of it. This is a dynamic mic. Now why are they dynamics? As you can see, as I was talking about like 2 seconds earlier, the pickups of the mic is right here in the front. As when you see on the sideways, it doesn't have anywhere to pick up sound from, just in the front. Now the reason why they use dynamic mics in a lot of ranges for drums is because it's much faster transient pickup on the snaps of the toms or the kick or even the snare, and also it can hold the sound pressure level. It's very durable. So most of these could go up to like 130, 140, 150, 180, maybe even up to 200 on like more expensive models. Now that's loud enough, and it will pick up the sound and make it nice and crispy, and also many dynamic mics, as if you can't tell from hearing it, it makes like a pre-compression to the vocals or to the sound that you're recording. So that's why it gives it like a more snappier feel to what you're recording or listening to when you listen back. Alright, so the next mic I have here is one of the more classical mics, which is a ribbon mic. Now, why is it a ribbon mic? Let me see if I can get a good focus on it. You see how the inside is different compared to the dynamic? All that inside, those are little ribbons crossing one from each other, plus it has 2 more ribbons on the side. Now these mics are very sensitive, so most of the time they will be used on string instruments like banjos, guitars, bass. Let me put up some more information. Mandolins, dobro, horns, drum heads, electrical and acoustic guitars. This is one model of it. This is a Cascade Fathead 2. Very good microphone. Now the good thing about these mics that since they are so sensitive, they'll pick up more frequency and add more in-depth and warmth to it. And then the next mic used around studios, which is condenser mics. Now condenser mics, they're like a disc shaped form, and it has a pickup that goes back and forth, which for instance this one, it has the pickup in the front, but not in the back. Now there's some condenser mics that has pads on them, which you can make figure 8, which means they'll pick up in the front or in the back. There's one that's cardioid that will pick up in the front wide and a little bit in the back. There's super cardioid that pick up in the front and very little bit in the back. Then there's the ones that will just pick up in the front and always eliminate from the side. Now all condenser mics use 48 volt phantom power, every single one, and these mics, they don't come cheap. When these first came out, they were up to like $600, $700. when these first came out. When I purchased this one, I probably got it like in a deal for like two something because I knew the guy and he just hooked it up. But many condenser mics come, for instance, the Neumann U87, they'll go up to $5,000-$6,000, and if you got the vintage one, which if you sell them on the market, they could go up to like $10,000 a piece. The older models, which will have like tubes inside to give it that more warm feeling, plus with the power supply and everything else. But as you can see, all condenser mics come with this diaphragm. They'll come smaller, they'll come bigger, all depends on what type of condenser mic you're looking for. They are virtually used on anything. So you could go from drums to vocals to instrumentals, like strings, even for like sound design, you could use condenser mics, same as the dynamics. So it's a pretty good, versatile mic to pick up and buy, especially if you like try to look for like a studio quality vocals. Condenser mics are like the go-to because they are also sensitive because of the 48 volt phantom. It helps pick up all those more dedicated frequencies that you're trying to look for. So it all depends on what type of mic you're looking for. So now I'm gonna do a sound test on each one and see if you can find the difference between the sound. So let's jump right towards it.
Alright, so this is my vocals on the condenser microphone. I'm around probably 6 inches away from the mic, and as you can tell how it sounds like from the webcam microphone, the difference, and how it picks up almost all the ambient sound around me. So this is what a condenser mic is mainly for, to pick up vocals. That's why many studios need to be dead silent with the acoustics, so that way you will not pick up any ambient sound. Alright, so now this is my vocal on a ribbon microphone. Now as you can see and hear, my vocals sound pretty low than the condenser, but it sounds more warm and more in-depth. And so you can see how a ribbon microphone really works, I'm gonna talk around it so you can hear how it does not pick up the sound around. So check, 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 check it, check, 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 check it, check, check, check. Yeah, so that's the vocals right there, and that's on a ribbon microphone. Now I'm gonna go to jump on the dynamics and wrap it up. Okay, and now for this final test. This is the dynamic mic. As you can see, I can hold it on my hand, which because it's not sensitive to pick up when you're holding on it. So, you could play around with it, jump around, and, bang on it, and it won't mess up the pickups inside. Now, as you can see, the dynamic is in front of my vocals, so you could hear me clearly. But as soon as I start turning it, now you can't hear me, even only if I get this close and it doesn't even sound right. And if I go behind it or to the side, you're not going to be able to hear me as clear as when I stand right in front of it. So this is the purpose for many dynamics. Whatever's inside, you hear only that, and everything else around it is going to get canceled out.
All right, so there goes the vocal comparison between the three mics. Hope you guys heard the difference between the three, and so the comparison why each mic is used for different settings and different situations. Whether it's the condenser mic for vocals, the ribbon mic on instrumentals like strings or guitars or whatnot, or even the dynamics why they're used on live shows and even for to use on drum kits. Hopefully with that comparison, it'll give you a better knowledge on buying your next mic if you're planning to buy one. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully soon I'll do a next video on memory, which I'm waiting for it to come through. It's supposed to be here by this week, hopefully before Friday. and I will do a comparison between 2, 4, and 8 gigs of RAM on your system and run a couple programs with those RAMs in that order to see, how it reacts each time you open up a program, see which one is more CPU hungry, which would need more RAM and whatnot, which I think is a good topic to touch also for computers. Doesn't matter if it's Mac or PC, doesn't matter what type of work you're doing, whether you're doing audio engineering, video engineering, graphic editing, or even video gaming. That's something I'm going to touch on about. But please do leave your comments in the bottom. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you liked it, hit the dislike if you didn't. Hit me up in Twitter, which I'm going to leave on the bottom. My Gmail, if you have any questions or concerns, and even my Facebook, you can add me, and I'm always chatting with people there about any topic. So please, hope to see you guys in the next video, and have a great evening. If you're in the other side of the world, have a good morning, and I hope to see you guys soon. Deuce.
Welcome, engineers.